Hello, we are watching the news broadcast daily, and following are today's headlines.
Party General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng tours Hải Phòng City. National Assembly Standing Committee opens 19th meeting. Population Day highlights adolescent pregnancy.
Party General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng visited Hải Phòng City's Cát Hải Island district on July 10th to inspect the locality's socio-economic performance and its national defense and party building work.
At the working session with local leaders, General Secretary Trọng was reported on the district's socio-economic situation. Cát Hải has a population of nearly 30,000, home to 366 islands. The locality is favorable for tourism development and aquaculture. Over the past years, local authorities have focused on tapping the locality's potential to fulfill its development targets. The district has seen many positive changes, especially in economic restructuring. The service sector has played an increasingly important role, with its contribution to the economy rising from 66% in 2011 to 67% in 2012 and 71% in the first half of this year. The number of tourists to Cát Hải has risen from over 1.2 million in 2011 to more than 1.3 million in 2012. In the first 6 months of this year, the figure stood at 654,000. The district has paid appropriate attention to developing fisheries and aquatic products. It now owns popular fish sauce brand names such as Cát Hải, Cát Bà, and Quảng Hải.
The National Assembly Standing Committee convened its 19th meeting in Hanoi on July 10th. The meeting will review the outcomes of the 5th sessions and consider initial preparations for the 6th sessions, the last sitting this year.
Looking back to the 5th session, which took place from May 20th to June 21st, the committee's report pointed to several shortcomings that need to be addressed. They include lengthy reports, inconsistent statistics, and slow compilation of documents, thus affecting the duration and quality of debates. Regarding the 6th session, which is slated for October 21st to November 26th, National Assembly Chairman Nguyễn Sinh Hùng said the session will review how the overall economic restructuring scheme and the 2011-2015 socio-economic development plan have panned out, as well as set orientations until 2015. Almost 20 days in the month-long session will be given to lawmaking work, particularly the debate and approval of the draft revised 1992 Constitution and the amended draft land law, besides 13 other bills. The lawmakers will also mull over the implementation of resolutions on results of hearings held from the 2nd until 5th sessions.
Vietnam and Luxembourg have inked a memorandum of understanding detailing administrative procedures in international adoption within the framework of the Hague Convention.
The deal was reached during a recent working visit to Luxembourg by Vietnam's Minister of Justice Ha Hung Cường. While in the European country, Minister Cường held talks with his counterpart, Octavie Modert, and Minister for Family Affairs and Integration, Mark Sports. Cường said the agreement will allow disadvantaged Vietnamese children the chance to be fostered by parents in the European nation. Vietnam will conduct the necessary procedures in line with the two countries' laws. He emphasized that Vietnam treasures and nurtures its friendship with Luxembourg, one of its important partners in the European Union. Cường made clear his hopes the Luxembourg government will continue assisting Vietnam to promote bilateral links in many areas, especially in judicial frameworks. The host minister said the outcomes of the working sessions with Cường will help cement bilateral comprehensive cooperation, particularly in the legal and justice sectors. Cường and his delegation will now continue their European tour, paying working visits to Hungary and Romania.
The Health Ministry has called on the media to help in spreading the message of World Population Day this year, which aims to reduce adolescent pregnancy, together with the national policy on population and family planning.
At a press conference in Hanoi on July 10th, in response to the day, Deputy Health Minister Nguyễn Việt Tiến said underage pregnancy will affect the future generations. He admitted that there are many worrying problems regarding adolescent and young people's reproductive health in Vietnam, such as unprotected sex, unwanted pregnancy, and unsafe abortion. According to statistics of the United Nations Population Fund, over one-third of Vietnamese adolescents do not have access to contraceptives. Underage abortions account for an estimated 20% of the total cases. The rate of teenage mothers was 46 per 1,000 girls in 2011, and the figure tended to be higher among groups with lower education level, lower living standards, ethnic minority groups, and communities in northern Midland and mountainous areas.
Vietnam's production and business activities are expected to in the local remark on Ho Chi Minh.
Into a survey presented at the conference, in the second half of the year, 66.7% of businesses plan to maintain their business scale, 22% to expand business, 10.9% to contract their business, and 0.3% may end operations. Overall, this is a positive signal showing the recovery of businesses' confidence. In the year's first half, nearly 39,000 new enterprises were set up. However, the percentage of enterprises planning to seek bank loans was lower, 54% compared to 57.3% last year. Inventories remained businesses' biggest worry. Over the past 6 months, 69% of enterprises were unable to find suitable solutions for marketing their products. Most of them still use conventional ways, such as seeking new export markets, cutting prices, and increasing advertisement. According to experts, to promote business and production activities in the second half of the year, the government should intensify business development supporting programs, issue suitable tax policies, as well as create conditions for export opportunities.
The Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism hosted a teleconference on July 10th to review a national program on culture. The teleconference was conducted among participants in Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh City, and the central city of Da Nang.
Under the National Target Program on Culture, which began 3 years ago, 280 relic sites across the country have been upgraded at a total cost of 855 billion Vietnam dongs. Additionally, 334 billion Vietnam dong have been allocated to projects preventing over 600 relic sites from deteriorating. As part of the program, a project on collecting, preserving, and upholding values of intangible cultural heritages has been carried out nationwide. A host of projects on cultural and sports development in mountainous districts and on traditional arts preservation have been implemented. However, participants at the event cited limited funding as a major reason hindering the implementation of the program. About 14 to 15 billion Vietnam dong have been poured into the project on collecting, preserving, and upholding values of intangible cultural heritages each year. Therefore, it is difficult for 63 cities and provinces to perform the task when each of them receives only about 200 million Vietnam dong. The participants agreed on the need to call for more resources from the central level and increase financial support for projects in remote, border and ethnic areas.
And that comes to the end of our news today. Thanks for watching and see you next time.